My son Kendall was in 6th grade in 1999, and we were at a friend's house in San Antonio, Texas. It was July 4th weekend, and we had planned to go to an amusement park later that day. We had gone to a friend's house. We were waiting for them to get home so we could go. And as we were there in the car, parked in the driveway waiting on them, my son saw a tree, and he said, he asked could he climb the tree, and of course, like any good father would do, I said, sure, go ahead. So he got out of the car, went and started climbing the tree. It was a fairly good-sized tree, 20, 25 feet high, had low branches, so it really wasn't that hard for him to get up into the tree. Well, after a little period of time, it started getting hot in the van, so we got out, and my son was having a ball climbing up and down this tree. He had gotten up almost to the very top, and he grabbed onto a branch, and he walked with his hands over to the other side, or to the end of the branch, and he let go of the branch, and he dropped down and landed perfectly on his feet. I mean, it was like a jungle cat, right? And I told him, I said, that was awesome, Kendall. Do it again. And so he climbs the tree, and his mom's like, no, don't. And I'm like, no, that was awesome. Let him do it again, right? And so he climbs this tree. He goes over to the edge of the limb again, goes out on the limb again, and he lets go. This time, one hand lets go too soon. And so it turns him sideways, and he falls, and he lands on his wrist and breaks his arm. I mean, it was nasty. It's like his arm went from his elbow to his wrist in a right angle. It was nasty. And he just stands up. He looks at me. His arm is just bent over to the side. And he looks at me, and he's, hadn't started crying yet, but I could see that he looked at me, and he was like, this is all your fault. And I looked at my wife, and you know what? She had that exact same look too. She looked at me, and she's just, her gaze just told me, this is all your fault. Why did my son get back up into the tree and off on the limb again and drop? Why did he do that again? Well, because he listened to the wrong voice. He listened to the voice that was putting him back in danger rather than putting him in a safe position. See, my wife was telling him the whole time, don't go too high. Don't go out on a limb. You don't want to get hurt. Now, I'm not saying don't take chances, don't take risks if the Holy Spirit impresses you to do those things. But don't be stupid. See, a lot of times what happens is we get in situations in our lives, and the reason why we get in these situations and these stressful scenarios is because we're listening to the wrong voice. People, when I talk to them on a regular basis, they'll tell me, I don't really know if God is talking to me. I don't hear Him. I'm trying to listen, but He's just not talking to me. What I encourage you to do is turn off your phone, turn off your laptop, turn off your television, and just sit. Just sit for just a few moments. Maybe at the end of this video, maybe just turn off the video and just sit quietly for a little bit and just ask God, what's your will for my life? What's your desire for me to do? What do you want me to accomplish today? And just sit there and listen and just empty yourself of yourself and just say, God, fill me and show me. Because when you truly submit your will to His will, when you truly hush all of the rest of the noise around you, then what happens is that you're listening to the right voice and not the wrong voice. So today I want to just encourage you to stop listening to the wrong voice. Stop listening to the voices that tell you that you're not valuable, tell you that you're not smart, that you're not pretty, that you're not able. Stop listening to those voices and listen to the voice of God as He continues to draw Him and you closer together.